What's going on, guys? Welcome back to an updated Altergeist deck profile as requested. Although this is a control deck, it is probably one of the few I enjoy, and it's definitely one of the scariest ones around. Altergeist did suffer a bit from the ban list, having Multifaker hit to 1, and Meluseek and Personal Spoofing hit to 2, but the deck is far from dead. Multifaker is pretty much a game ender sometimes, as if you activate a trap card, you can special summon it from the hand along with another monster from the deck, most commonly Silquitous. This alone forces people to scoop sometimes. Silquitous is great since it can bounce an Altergeist card back to the hand to do the same to an opponent's card. Chaining this with the trap Manifestation is amazing, but I didn't really get to land it in the video, so using this with Multifaker or something else can be enough. Meluseek is one of the cards you definitely want to see often in this deck. It searches your monsters if it leaves the field, and since it is level 1, it is easily used for Link Karibo. To make this card even better, you can attack directly and send an opponent's card to the grave, getting rid of any problematic issues you have to deal with. Kunquery is a nice one-of, stopping an attack and negating a card when it hits the field. Despite the low monster counts, all of the Altergeist monsters can be revived with Manifestation or recovered from the graveyard by other means. For the trap lineup, the Solemn Brigade is important as ever, as it is in a lot of control decks. I did run into Twin Twisters quite a bit, so Judgment stopping those can be clutch. Given our low monster presence, Crackdown is good for controlling, but also for using our opponent's monsters as link materials. Outside of these choices and the Altergeist traps, the rest of the lineup can be personal preference, so you can run things like Compulsory Evacuation Device or Heavy Storm Duster if back row is intense. I did cut Waken the Dragons for Silent Magician, as summoning her over Meluseek can be really good to control your opponent even more. If your opponents are popping back row like crazy though, summoning an Ultimate Falcon can be pretty clutch as well. There are some long duels in the video as expected for this kind of deck, but as I mentioned before, some duelists see Multifaker on top of a healthy line of back row and don't want to risk going on with the duel, as this is a hard deck to go second against without certain tech cards. There are moments, however, where you can open a bunch of traps with no way to gain advantage, and your opponent can gradually push through it if you don't get a Meluseek or something to get rolling. In the replay, I'm immediately terrified of seeing some more, which I've never faced in this game. Having played the deck, however, I know it is possible for them to summon Dark Samorg, which is enough to stress me out, not even counting the anti-spell Fragrance lock. This can be a pretty bad matchup that we needed to go first for, but there is still hope for us yet. As expected, we're going to end up going up against the Link monster, and although I expect the Apex Avian to get summoned from the deck with its effect, we end up facing the Barrier statue, who is more welcome to us since we can run it over. The one thing that does surprise me is the trap card that I've never seen in my life, which after using my reading skills turned out to be a card to protect the Barrier statue from being targeted. This toxic card ruined my master plan of swinging with Marionetter, but I'm still going to try my best here. Thanks to Extravagance, we can Ash Blossom the Samorg to prevent any more advantage, but for now we have to play patient with our Solemn traps to try and break this board. Ideally, I want to save one for the Link monster's next end phase so we can destroy it and free up the way to run over Barrier statue. Protocol can also serve a similar purpose, but sadly Marionetter isn't going to live to the end phase. Our opponent does get his search spell, which is pretty good, so I do go ahead and pop Judgment on it since I don't really want to give him anything else. Now with Strike achieving our goal, we can easily run over the Barrier statue this turn and get rolling. Although summoning Silent Magician does tempt me, it can be used with Protocol, and I don't run level 8, so it felt safer to keep the Marionetter. I didn't need to Protocol the Storm Samorg since it only goes back to the hand, but I did kind of panic click there in fear of the trap negating monster hitting the field. Lucky for us, the beginning bird doesn't do much except provide an extra normal summon, so stopping Storm was probably good looking back at it. Now that we're in the driver's seat and our opponent has no cards in the hand, we are pretty much guaranteed to win this. Silent Magician gives the much needed spell negate, and in a tough spot we can negate a monster effect with Protocol twice since we have another Altergeist in the hand. Hope you guys enjoy the replays, make sure to check out the streams, and let me know what you guys want to see next. Like the video and subscribe to the channel too.